And feel free, if you're having trouble getting started, to just play the riff. 2, 3, 4. And that can be your starting point. And then maybe you try something else like... And this is the golden rule of improvising in blues. Don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes not playing is the best thing. And sometimes just playing one note and letting it ring is also the best thing. There's no pressure to play a lot of notes. There's only pressure to feel. To really feel whatever note you play, or don't play, to that matter. So, we're going to start. This is scary a little bit. This is you improvising on 4 different notes. Ready, steady, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using the bass that I recorded before. Keep going. Like E5. Nice. Keep going, any of those notes is great. You can slide up to them too if you want, like an E5. Okay, now we arrive on the 5. Oh, sorry about that. You play, it's better. Okay, now you can play the riff. 2, 3, riff. Okay, and now improvise again. Okay, fantastic. So we've had a round with our 4 major sounding notes. So what's important is not knowing the scales. It's actually, this is like helping you out, but the 90% of your work is to actually then feel what you're playing. It doesn't matter what you play. Just feel, just say something, you know, express yourself. We're going to do the same thing now, but we're going to contrast that with the 4 minor notes that we had in our first riff in the first video. And these are... Remember the riff? So basically we've got 4 notes here again, but these 4 notes are E3, E1, C3 and C0. But on the 3rd fret of the C string, we can have a bend, meaning we pull this. And this, all of this is to help you understand the difference between playing a clear 3rd and having the minor 3rd that we bend. That's why this note has all sorts of names. Some call it the blue note, the blues note, the feeling note, or whatever. It doesn't matter, really. It's the 3rd above the root. And between that minor and major definite worlds, that's where the blues happens. The blues is free. It's singing its own story, right? So, you take these 4 notes. And you don't need to bend that E flat all the time. But sometimes if you want. And you're going to play these 4 notes. And I'm going to do a bit of accompaniment. So, 1, 2, your turn. Let's go. So any note will do. Any note. And bend the E3. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. And keep bending. Keep bending. Oh yeah, the E3 is going to sound great here because it's the 7 of the subdominant. Doesn't matter. Woo! And now play what you want. Maybe slide up. And maybe play a note loud. And now play soft. And now play very loud all of a sudden. Okay, my turn. You play the chords. Okay, well that was enough of me playing, because what we want to hear is you now mixing both major and minor in your playing. Remember the 4 notes? These ones? And this one. Now you don't have to play as fast as that, but I'm going to say minor or major, and that means you have to pick either from either set, basically, from the set that I say. So let's go. My major. Sorry, I forgot. Major. Major. You can slide up to E5 if you want. Major still. And now minor. One of these. Okay. One of the 4 minor notes. Okay. Still minor. Minor. And now major. Just improvise. Pick any of those notes. Just keep picking and keep playing. Or keep listening and not playing. Okay, minor. Okay, yeah, give me that E3. And now major. Minor. Major. Minor. Major. If you're always lost, you can always just play one of the riffs on the 4. Whoops, I missed the 4, did I? 1, 2, 3. Right, here we go. Minor. Okay, now the major riff. Dee da dee da. Okay, great. Now improvise on the major notes. And the minor. Major. And pause. Good job. Well done, you. Fantastic. Now, fantastic job. That was really, really cool. And the more you get familiar with what you can do, or with, it's not really so much about scales, although everybody wants to talk about scales. It's about positions. Oh, this is my note. This is my root note. Oh, I can go here. Oh, I can do this here a bit. And if you learn the scale straight away, you don't develop a personal relationship with each note, right? It's like, oh, this is my whole family in one go, poof. And then you just sit at the table and you chat a bit to everybody. But there's no real heart-to-heart really going on here. So by developing a personal relationship, here we've done it with the 3rd. Open. We've done it with the 5 and 1 up here. Anyway, great job, you. The thing is, the 3rd is not the only place where blues happens. It's not the only note that we can bend to make this feeling happen, to make the wailing of the instruments going on, right? There's actually also the 5th, because actually we could very well in C7 push up a semitone underneath the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.5, and here we go. As well as on the 3rd. And to really emphasize this, we're going to learn a little riff by Muddy Waters, who is a very, very, very special blues guitarist. For many reasons, one of them being he was playing this guitar, basically. So the Telecaster model, 2 single pickups in the guitar model, and he was playing that a lot of the time, and that's really nice. Sometimes this color, sometimes a different color. I think he had an orange one, but that's really cool because then how fitting is this? Feel free to get one yourself, and then we can jam, you, me, and Muddy. So the riff that we want to learn is actually in G. We don't say major or minor because it's minor singing but major chords. G. Okay, listen to it first. This is what we got. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, ba, da, da. So the da-da is just before the 3. Ba, ba, da, da. And if you think, yeah, but come on, it's really hard on an actual ukulele to play this. Well, it's same really. We've got, you can either push it up or push it down if you want. And if this is really too hard, you can actually do it on the 9, fret 9, push it up. So basically we're pushing up on the 8. It's nice if you've got your thumb on top here, real blues position. And then you come down for the next note. So we've got, and actually the 6 is a pull off. So you push up here, normal 8, and then pull off, meaning with your ring finger you pull the note off, and then play the 7 here. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can feel your ring finger, can you? Yeah, I can feel it too, but it'll pass. Well, it won't pass, but I mean it'll get less painful slightly. But I mean that's part of the thing, right? With the whole, it's pleasurable, but it's lots of pain in blues. So that's fitting for that theme at least. And I picked this riff and this song because it's from the Catfish Blues, or the song called Rolling Stone. And the Rolling Stones, the band, they actually got their name from listening to this song. They thought, hey, that would be a good band name. Let's just pick that, also because we really love this kind of music and Muddy Waters. So it's kind of emblematic of how much blues has influenced lots of musical genres. Even if, for example, Muddy Waters is not as famous as the Rolling Stones around the world, mainly due to the fact that you know, due to segregation and the oppression of black people, really meant that they couldn't get well paid or the best record deals, or they couldn't, you know, get on TV as much or get on the radio as much. But then they would always put, of course, the white performers, you know, more on TV and stuff like that, which is why then you get songs like She Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, You Ain't Nothing, which is by a black singer originally, this one. And then now we all know that as an Elvis song, right? Well, that's part of why the Rolling Stones are more famous than Muddy Waters, basically. It was the point that I was trying to make. So the important thing here is to land before the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what happens on the 3 and the 4 is they're singing. Oh, darling, you're gonna be a Rolling Stone. Oh, darling, you're gonna be a Rolling Stone. So, you've got the 3 notes. That's only 3 notes, right? But I'm now going to play a blues in G. So we've got G7, C7, G7, D7, C7, and G7, right? And you've got now these 3 notes to improvise with. But the gift that you now have is you don't only have a 3rd to push up, you also have the 5th. So basically, if you push up here on the 8, you're pushing up towards the 5th. You can push up on the 9 too, if it's too hard. 9 to 10, or 8 to 10. You see, push up the 8, and you can also push up, so you can have, and here we have it, the 2 so-called blue notes, right? Or 2 notes that are really nice to push up. These notes are not the root note, that's under our middle finger here. They're the 3rd, minor, major, and here the 4th. Between the 4th and the 5th, that's that other note that is used a lot in blues. But the most important is not knowing, it's doing and feeling. So now what's going to happen is you're using these 3 notes and you're allowed to push up 2 of those. You can see those are the 3 notes, and those that are circled, that means that's what you can push up, right? The light blue circle is what you can push up. So let's do this. 1, 2. 3. Wait, let me adjust all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you improvise. Third bar. Yeah, feel free to push up. You can stay on one note and just push it up and play it again. And play it again. And play it again. Okay, now back to root notes. It's the one underneath your middle finger. Push up the notes. Okay. Okay, so I've just recorded that. Now I'm going to be the bass. Let me give you a brief demonstration of where this can go. Okay, 3, 4. I'm going to go with this microphone. Okay, 3, 4. See, I'm pulling up the. Or with this one, then you really have it. Right, so that's the idea. Okay, one last turn for you, and I'm gonna do the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Remember, you can stay on one note and just pull. Okay, hey, not bad. We didn't go through the whole 12 bars here, but with these lessons you can download the backing tracks and also the kind of ukulele maps that tell you here's a root note, here's when you can go and find the blues. It's not telling you where the blues is, because the blues is in your heart, but it's telling you here's a map where you can go on an adventure and see if you find it, see what's happening. So that's what the ukulele maps are for. They're telling you here's the root note and here's what you can try and push up and here's what you can play. And there are more complex ones with more notes, of course, but that's kind of where it's at. In the next lesson, in the next video, we're going to have a look at that sort of what later became rock and roll once it was sped up, but basically this sort of feel of the chords having the 5th to 6th motion. Hop. Now we have that in jazz and sped up in rock and roll, but of course blues influenced all sorts of styles. And we're going to have a look at that in the next video with a really, really fun song too.